Good morning, everybody, and I wanted to start recording because we have a beautiful sunrise coming over here. I've been on the last couple hours trying to kind of figure out my position and figure out what we should be doing. In some big seas now as we head towards the Southern Ocean. The seas keep getting bigger, and I keep getting wetter, as you can see by these splashes on the screen here. But a beautiful morning to wake up to. Just look at that. That's amazing. On board American Eagle here in the Volvo Ocean Race. Pretty wet race indeed right now. Around day 17, about to be day 18 pretty soon. Still quite a while to get to Cape Town, but we are almost there, and we're going to get a... Looks like we'll get a little bit of a breather before... Leg 3, which is Cape Town over the Melbourne, which I'm kind of looking forward to that straight Southern Ocean leg. Let this populate real quick. Yeah, as far as tactics are concerned, it's pretty open. I've said this whole way along now that I wanted to stay in the middle, and if I bring... Ooh, I just got a big splash of wave in the face. Let me bring up these weather charts. If I can, come on, yes, thank you. It's like I just had this open, I was watching some college football. Alright. I don't know why it keeps spawning on my location, but I really want it to go down here. I should be this guy right here, so we'll put a mark on me. I was in 55th place on the leaderboard earlier, and I'm up to 39th now, so I believe 39th. Blah, 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 blah. It was 39th. Well, did that update yet? This is showing 39th. This is live, and this is showing 39th, so I'll go with that. But like I said, leaderboard doesn't really mean much. There's a couple guys here, like Andy Knox, who are crossing over, which is a terrible spot to be tacking over, because you're going away from Cape Town on that tack because of the wind direction. Because the different patterns of wind right here compared to down here, you really need to stick with it until you get past this difference right here. As you can see, the winds are coming up like this, but once you reach this line, they start coming down into this circular rotation. These guys are doing great. X-Ray is leading the way over Blackborough, and they're going to be coming into this very heavy wind. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that because there's a low pressure system in the middle here, but if we fast forward later tomorrow, this kind of dies out, so they're not making it there in time. They're coming into that high pressure right now, but it dies off really quickly and just gets away from them. And by Friday, if these guys are still in this area, we have a low pressure system building off the coast of Brazil. That they're going to get trapped in, and you have all this blue, which is low pressure, and so it's making it pretty interesting because right now everything looks good for everybody. You know, this whole group of people that went out to the coast, they could beat their way up to Cape Town. You know, the guys that are in the middle, like we could come down south and then tack over. This wind kind of shifts on us if we get over maybe Sunday. Was it Sunday or Saturday? One of these days. But I'm able to come all the way down here, and I'm going to tack over before I reach this low pressure system. And hopefully come over near the coast over here, and then just beat my way into Cape Town. As for these guys over here, I don't know. I mean, I'm noticing that when they're tacking over, they have quite a while before they reach me, and I'm coming down like this. And you know, I'll pretty much end up right about, if I can mark it, right about here. Maybe even higher because this wind really shifts. And you fast forward a few days, like I said, X-Ray and Blackborough, they're running into no air. There's nothing down here. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. And even a few days from now, on Monday, I mean, there's a huge hole in the Southern Ocean right here. And so it's very interesting. It's anybody's race. The fleet is kind of compressing right now. I mean, we're from Brazil. We're a straight line of boats all the way over to the African coastline. And I think Carto's doing pretty good. Which is that? Carto and Volatan. Kevin's over here. Delete that. But they are going to have to make a few tacks in order to get down to Cape Town. I like where I'm at right now as far as being in the middle, because I can kind of just round my way and point higher and higher towards Cape Town, where I'm predicted to be up there right over here. I should be in here, and I'll be able to point pretty much directly in this direction at that point in time, which the curvature of the Earth helps us a little bit more. So I might be able to point this high, who knows, but we'll have to wait and see. As far as X-Ray and Black Burrow, they are doing the best. Saul's heading with them. I'm not sure if that's the right move, because I'm kind of doing better than Saul right now over here. Yeah, they're trying to chase this high pressure system down here, but it dissipates. And unless they're going to really go far down south and then push their way downwind back up here, that's the only way they have of making it. They're going to have to come down like this and go all the way up here. Other than that, there's just too much low pressure west to east coming over to Cape Town. So we have an interesting race. And a beautiful sunrise. But we still got a good 10 to 14 days left of this race. Our boats are obviously a lot slower than the VOR guys, because if we look at the VOR guys, they're almost there. I think they're going to get there today or tomorrow. Yeah, they're a lot faster than us. Yeah, so while we're up here dicking around, these guys have already made it through that pressure system. Ooh, they're trapped in a low pressure system back here. But it looks like Mapfrey and Dongfang, the Americans are in third place. That's not bad. Yeah, these guys are really far back. Exxon Noble, Plastic, and Scallywag. Well, these teams all had experience in the last race with Vestas, Brunel, Dongfang, and Mapfrey, so you'd expect them to be ahead of these other three teams. But they might arrive today. Like really late today. I don't know. Cape of Good Hope. Mapfrey is running into this higher pressure system. I'd expect probably true wind speeds to pick up to about 20 around here. Maybe they'll carry them in today. If not today, it'll be tomorrow. Day after Thanksgiving. But we're well behind them. You know, we got another 10 days or so. We're back here. But yeah, I still feel pretty comfortable with where we are. Just kind of hanging in the middle of the fleet right now. Watching the wind. Look at that. That is pretty. Watching the weather maps, and I see. I never saw an advantage to going all the way over to the Brazilian coast, and I never saw an advantage to going all the way to the African coast, as most of these guys did. So staying in the middle, out of the doldrums, for me was the best idea that I had, and we'll see how it pays off going down. Some people think that it's going to be a bit of a drag race once everybody kind of combines and congests in this area down here. Maybe we're all going to come together. Really don't know. I mean, the weather's changing so much in this area right here within the next week or two that it's pretty hard to tell what's going to happen. But I'm looking forward to finishing this leg. Now it's going to be like somewhere between 20 and 30 days of racing, so it'd be nice to get a little bit of a breather before we start racing again all the way down into Australia. Yeah, not having to log onto the computer every few hours to see how your boat is doing would be a nice relief for once. But we're making up a lot of ground on guys. You know, I think a lot of these guys out west, unless the weather really catches them, when they end up coming over, I'm already going to be past them. So the angle that I have and that I predicted with the winds going into the next week are going to be able to carry me closer and closer. And this line right here, this big white line, this is where my boat is pointing. This has been working closer and closer towards Cape Town, towards the finish line. And the more south we come, the more this line points over here. So as the winds change, especially right around this line right here, instead of beating, these winds are going to start coming around like a reach, so we'll be able to point really high. And at that point, if these guys, this group of people over here, these guys are still way out to the west of us, they're going to have to beat all the way in, while we're already going to have a huge angle to kind of lift our way into Cape Town. These guys over here, still not sure what's going to happen with them. They're kind of all over the place, but the winds over here are very light, and they kind of get light and shifty down here as well, so we'll have to see what's going on. But so far so good. I mean, they made the right decision to stay in towards the coast, going through the doldrums, and it paid off for them. So we'll see what happens to Carto and Kevin and all those guys. Red Bull sailing, yeah. But that's about it for now. Got my day 17, day 18 video. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving here in the States, so I'm not going to make a video tomorrow. If I'm on at all, well, I don't know, we'll see. But just want to get on during the sunrise and look at the beautiful sunrise. And we've made up a ton of positions, so it's been a good day of sailing. Big seas out here as we head towards the Southern Ocean. And yeah, see you guys next time. And yeah, anyway, you can see some of these guys are kind of crossing back here. I don't really understand why they're doing that. Oh well. But you can see these wind patterns, how they're coming up towards us, and then they kind of come down like this eventually. So we'll be able to point a lot higher once we get into this system. Pretty much below the southern 10 degrees area here. But it's anybody's race still, I think. You know, this big line of boats right here. Looking at it, I can't tell who's going to get into Cape Town first, you know. I'd like to give the advantage to these guys over here. But at the same time, you don't know, they might run into some crap and won't be able to overtake them, so we'll have to see what happens. Thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next update video, and wish us good luck to the finish line of Cape Town.